Yo, what's happening, guys? We are live. I'm just sharing the stream. Okay, that's all good. So that's coming through. Cool. Okay, so let's see what is happening right now. Okay, I'm just gonna log into the Vivi app first, actually. Okay. So, interesting stuff happening. Anyone following Binance Smart Chain? Probably aware. We will cover that in a second after I've logged in. Okay, so that is coming through. Cool, awesome. So I've been following the market as of recently. So today's drop did sell out. That was good. Let's see what the price. Oh, okay. Common is above retail, which is good. Let's see. Uncommon is. Why is it not showing? Or is it just lagging? Okay, uncommon. Oh, why is it not showing? Okay, let's try rare. Oh, rare works. Okay. 14.5. That's fine. What else have we got? What's the secret rate going for, actually? 275. Okay. So today's drop was actually quite decent. I had the common. Got it for 7 gems. Sold it for about 50 gems. Although I did have a 3-digit mint. Let's see. I think we get the third. Yes, third Infinity Stone is tomorrow. Loki Scepter. That's going to be good. Hey, we have Danny. Danny in the house. Oh, congrats, Hobgoblin. Second secret rare comic. I think I've hit 4 that I can think of. I hit the Future Imperfect Hulk. I got that one. I got that Christmas X-Men one that no one cared about. I also got, there was another one quite early on. Oh, yes, it was the Marvels one. So I hit Marvels. That was quite early on. And I hit the Star Wars comic. I got the secret rare live on stream. I was on Taps Trades stream when I hit the Marvels, when I hit the Star Wars secret rare. So that was quite good. Okay, so the market prices on Vivi still overall have dipped a bit more since I last had a look. Daredevil's at around about just above 40, which is not terrible. I mean, if you want to gamble on retail, it's 50. So it's not horrifyingly bad. Like, you know, he could be like 70% discount, but he's not. The poster, 60 gems retail. What's the market price on that? Let's see. Can you go straight to the market from here? I don't know. Can you? I wish you could go straight to the market from this page. Like, you can view in 3D, but you can't go straight to the market, which would help. Okay, let's just jump to the market. What is AF15 at, actually? Because that was dropping last I checked. Oh, 411. Okay. I mean, if it's above 400, I think that's pretty good. over 10K. Wow, 11K for the secret rare. I mean, that's pretty good. Like, I would not complain of that. Okay. Let's see. Mysterio. Okay. I think Mysterio. I think the rare is going to go below retail. However, I feel like the ultra rare is probably going to be around about between 80 to 100 gems. Somewhere in that range, 80 to 100. That's my guess for Mysterio. Which is the ultra rare one, not the rare one. I think the rare will go below retail. The rare will probably be around about 35 gems. Ultra rare, around about 80-ish. Okay, what is Walt going for? 3855. Okay. I think if we get back to a point where Walt's at like 10K, at that point, I think I would consider the market to be pretty healthy. Okay. So I think right now the market, the market definitely has some room to move, because I feel like right now we've bottomed out on the VeVe market, because prices aren't dipping much lower. But let's have a look at the burn chart. So pudding cheeks. There we go. Pudding cheeks has his burn chart, right? Let me open up here. Okay, so what are we doing right now? Let's see. So on the 5th of October, we had 292,000 in burn. Wow, that's mad. Gem purchases, 263,000 in gems purchases. I mean, we actually have like consistent 6 figures or more in gem purchases every single day. Like, there isn't a day where we don't have 6 figures. So that's impressive. I mean, that's literally on the 5th of October, $250,000 in gem purchases there. And then again, on the end of September, nearly $250,000 on the 2nd of October. So, you know, you can tell, you can see right here, VeVe is not dead at all. It's doing quite well. And OMI is burning as a result, which is good. So we're on 73.6 billion burn. That's going to be 74 once this updates, I believe. Today's one was pretty decent. Everything sold out. Some good secondary market volume as well. Yeah, in a bull market, when money is flowing back into the NFT space, man, this is gonna pop off. It is really interesting. Like, when you go back to where we were last year, right? Let's go to October 2021. Okay, around here. So we were only on about 14 billion burned. And now we're on nearly 74 billion burned. So we burned about 60 billion in a year. That means in about 2 years, or less than that, if VeVe continues to scale, we would burn out the entirety of that OMI reserve supply, pretty much. And I'm fine with that, to be honest. Like, I think that's cool. Illuvium's revenue distribution status by buying back is fascinating, but don't you think there's? Yes, I do, actually. So basically, I messaged someone from Illuvium, and they said that they were waiting for, let me just double check. Yeah, so they were waiting for a response from some lawyers or something, because it's a gray area for buying back your own, for distributing revenue. And they didn't get like a clear answer, so they just decided to do it anyway, which I think is the wrong way to do it. And that's one of the main reasons why I've been quite cautious of Illuvium. Like, I think the product is good. I think they've got a good community, but my problem is just I don't think they're being careful enough. Like, they're not doing as much due diligence as I would like. I mean, obviously, you know, they could probably get around it, but with the SEC, like, I wouldn't take any chances. Like, I'm happy with the way Comey's doing things, to be honest, right now. Like, they've purposely not done any kind of revenue distribution, you know, OMI staking rewards in OMI tokens, all that stuff. They've been quite careful, so I'm happy with that. Let's go. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Pavel. Yeah. So with the OMI burn, you know, we've done 60 billion in a year, so I'm pretty satisfied with that. I reckon we will do more though. But yeah, Illuvium is one of the projects I have been following. The other project which I'm pretty excited about is IMX. So if we go, let's see. I think IMX trades on a Sundex as well. Where is OMI at today? So you can see I've actually still got my buy order open, which is annoying because OMI's price is doing this really annoying thing the past few days. Like, if we zoom in, right, it's just kind of zoning in around kind of 1.27-ish, and it's coming down to 1.24-ish. But I've got a buy order at 0.00123, just a little bit below, like around about these levels. And it's not coming down there, it just comes slightly above. But yeah, I'm just hoping that order can fill. Let's see. We have someone with 100 million OMI buy order at 0.00124, which is above mine, which is annoying. And then someone else with 11 million at 0.01241. And then we've got like a bunch of smaller orders here, which I think are fine. It's just that 11 million and that, you know, 104 million, that's going to be annoying. And then we've got 120 million buy order at 0.00122. So that's already, you know, oh, and then we've got 165 million, which is right below my one. So at least my one will execute before this 165 million. So in total, we have like 104, 165, 119. So, you know, we've got about 400 million OMI tokens, which is going to be hard to get through before we even look to get around, you know, this below 0.012. And then below that, we have another 132 million. Yeah, 000 OMI is going to be hard to hit because I don't know anyone who's like really selling right now. But there's some really chunky buy orders which are going to be difficult to get through. And then we've got like these smaller ones like, you know, 13 million, 10 million. What's it we got? We've got a million there, 1.4 million, 3.9. So, you know, these small ones, like, that's fine, but the chunky ones are difficult. Hey, All Chat Gaming. Got Justin, Lego Justin. Yeah. So what is IMX on? IMX, I think, trades on Ascendex. Yes, it does. Okay. How's IMX been doing? Ooh, okay. Okay, so March time, we were peaking around about 2.7, $2.70. Now we are trading around about 0.8. That's pretty good. So, you know, we're down about around about, you know, to about 30, 20, around about 30% of where we were originally, 30, 25%. Volume is pretty good for IMX though. Like daily volume, 150K, 126K. I think that's similar to OMI's volume. And IMX is a very good project in my opinion. Yeah, this is pretty good. I'm looking forward to IMX. Illuvium's down heavily though. And that's one of the reasons why I was looking at it, right? Let's see. Illuvium's not on here. Okay. Surprised Illuvium is not on Ascendex because I think I bought it on Binance. Oh, interesting. What's performing well in the past 24 hours? Okay, I have no idea what some of these tokens are. I mean, the top performing tokens in terms of volume, like it's not that high. 137k, 292k. Let's see. Okay, I recognize 1 inch. What ones do I recognize? Oh, Moni token. Moni's actually up 6.46%. XRP's up 5%. What else? We have Sushi here. Yeah, everything else is kind of negligible. It's like 1%. Oh, okay. I mean, this is paired to USDT as well. We got Link up 1.18%. Okay, that's not bad. And what is currently trending on OpenSea? Let's see. We have... Ooh, okay. Clone X is up 454%. Well, something must have sold then. Let's see. Okay, so Renga's one that... What's the floor price on Renga? 2.74 ETH. I feel like it went higher recently than that. This is pretty insane. I feel like this is heavily influencer driven, but yeah, the floor price, I mean, the price of it's doing quite well. 38% of owners are unique, 5% creator fee. Okay, that's cool. The Chimpsons, what is this? Chimp versions of The Simpsons. This looks like kind of like Bored Apes, but Simpson themed. And what is going on? Let's see, Genuine Undead. I don't know why some people like just dive into some of these collections. Like they say all they are is just artwork, and people still like dive in expecting more. Okay, do you think paying an exchange to list OMI token would open up potential lawsuit too? No, they said that they're not going to list the OMI token until OEP is integrated. Now, that's literally the only reason, because they've already signed up exchanges. But David said there's no point if OMI's going to pump in a bear market and there's no reason to hold it, people aren't going to... They don't need that liquidity if there isn't a reason to buy it. So OEP comes first, and then the bigger exchanges that provide more liquidity will come after that. What will you be putting profits in once OMI moons Bitcoin? Myself, probably something more stable like Ethereum. I would probably get a bit of Bitcoin, but Ethereum would be the main thing that I look at, just because I feel like Ethereum will have more widespread use. Bitcoin is more of a store of value. Ethereum is more for the actual utility it provides and everyday use as well. So especially since after the merge, you know, it's less energy intensive. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not entirely to do with the bear market. It's mainly because if they list OMI now and they get all the liquidity from Binance, for example, why would anyone want to buy OMI? Like, what is the reason for buying it outside of hype? I mean, with the OUP, there's an actual reason, because Reese kind of teased some of the reasons people would want to use OMI. But if there isn't a reason to buy it, then there's no reason for it to have all that additional liquidity from a big exchange. Obviously, there are benefits outside of just that. Like, a lot of people complain that it's difficult to buy OMI. But we'll have that option. Do you think Moni will release the main game in 2022? I am doubtful they'd release the main game this year. They just released Tap War. And that, again, that's kind of like in beta as well still. Like, they're still adding features on. I don't see them integrating the NFT side of things, probably not until like early next year. I mean, if they do it this year, then that will be really impressive. But I feel like they've got a lot of work still to do. And I don't think we're going to be in a Web3 gaming bull market for a while. Like, I think it's fine if they just want to build during this time. Because this bear market could last a couple of years. Justin, good point. Okay, I heard, so we're supposed to be on Rarible as well, right? Let's see. Rarible. Okay. How are we doing on Rarible? So if I search Vivi in here, it should come up. Okay, here we go. Vivi. And we don't have any content. Okay. Oh, there's nothing there. Refreshing metadata might take a few minutes. Okay, what is this? What if I click activity? Oh, okay, we have metadata. If I click here, there we go. So we currently do have metadata on Rarible from IMX's API. So we can actually click view and immutable scan, open original, 100%. Oh, it actually says 100% carbon neutral there, which is good. And here we can see the description, see properties. Oh, it actually gives you the percent as well. History. Oh, okay. We've got like the blockchain history here. So we can see it was minted 6 hours ago, it was transferred to this person, and then that person transferred it to someone else like 1 minute ago, literally. Oh, so we can actually see like actual blockchain transactions happening there. That's pretty interesting. We can see price as well. Can we see price? Price would be in gems, wouldn't it? Do you see VeVe team dropping OEP article around Christmas? I think they're going to do it earlier. I think they're going to drop it. So, I mean, if you look at it logically, right? I don't want to say when they're going to drop it, but if you think of it logically, when they drop that article, Reese is going to be bombarded with questions, right? Like 100% they're going to be people spamming him with questions about the article. It's not a good time to drop the article right now when they're at New York Comic Con. Like, Reese has no time to answer questions right now. Like, literally all day, every day for, the rest of this week, they're going to be at New York Comic Con. Once New York Comic Con is done, maybe next week when Reese is kind of, outside of New York again, back home, that would be a good time to drop it, assuming they haven't got any events. Because I don't think they've got any major events until the month after at LADCon. So that period is a good time for them to drop the OEP article because they're actually able to, answer questions from people during that time. So yeah, I believe it is going to come this month, probably maybe next week after New York Comic Con is done. That's my guess. Okay, let's see. So we have VeVe market price prediction a year from now. I can't give an accurate prediction on that just because the VeVe market could drop a lot more, honestly. But that's not because of a VeVe specific thing. That's just the entire NFT space, right? Like, okay, so what I'll do, right, is I'll show you an example. So if I go to, okay, let's go to CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, whatever comes up first. Okay. If I go to, let's say, ETH, that's an easy one. Okay, so if I zoom in, right, so I started buying Ethereum around about here, right? So Ethereum was around about 40. I remember quite clearly. It was around about $40-ish. Like that's when I started buying. And so this was kind of April 2017. And then I remember towards the end of the year, Christmas time, ETH had a huge run up. Like ETH was like, here it was $800. Then early January, it broke $1,000. Like that was crazy, especially if you're buying at $40, just like 8 months ago. So that was like, the period to like trade it. I obviously held it. I didn't sell. And then I kind of saw it go all the way down. And that was literally, kind of that decline gradually happened across 2018. Like everything just kept going down, right? So we're up here at $1,000, keeps going down, 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 straight back to around about $80, right? So that's a 92% decline. So VeVe, if you think of VeVe, right? VeVe was like peaking similar to what Ethereum did in January. And now the VeVe market, I'd say, is down like, was it like 80% from that peaks? So there's a potential, right, that, things could go slightly lower. But I feel like the VeVe market, it has kind of bottomed out. Like the prices have not really gone down much the past month or so. Walt is like sat at a good 4K. Reso's at like a solid, 2K, somewhere around there. Todd is about 1K, the Todd Batman. And prices don't really go lower than that. So I feel like, for the amount that people are buying on the primary market versus, gems going to secondary market, those prices, things are stable. So now at least we can see, okay, so if we only go up from here, what's reasonable, right? And again, that depends on how much growth we can expect within the NFT space. I think easily we could onboard on like, 5 times as many people as we had in the last, bull cycle. Because this growth in crypto, this was driven by, a lot of retail investors coming in, like easily 10 times what we had like, a few months before, but institutional as well. And we have yet to see institutional investors coming to VeVe. However, with Know Your Business, KYB, we could see similar to what we saw, when institutions dived into ETH. And that was about 2 years through the bull run. So, 2018, like this whole period, right? Like this huge flat line, this is about 2 years worth of waiting. So if you wait 2 years, yeah, things can just stay flat or go down a bit. But around this period when institutions jumped in like Tesla and, Grayscale, etc., MicroStrategy, here we saw ETH just climb to like stupid levels, like, 4K. Like that's 4 times the previous peak, right? Now imagine if we had that in VeVe, 4 times the previous peak that VeVe was at. And then it came down and then it went even higher. This is like 5K. That's 5 times the previous peak, roughly. So I think, yeah, VeVe's got room to drop, but it's also got a lot of room to grow when, we enter that next bull cycle. However, you got to be prepared for like, this period to happen again. Like, look at this. This was 2 years of nothing. We could see that in VeVe, literally 2 years of nothing. And a lot of people can't even handle 2 months of nothing. So I think a lot of people are going to go, but that's fine. People who stuck out with ETH during this period, like, it paid off for them. And same with any like decent crypto. I think it's all about identifying projects which are going to survive a bear market. VeVe ain't gonna go anywhere. You know, Marvel's promoting them too heavily. Same with Disney as well, actually. Oh, sorry, yeah, comment on screen. Okay, I didn't see that. Price of oil. Yes. I mean, oil, I think price of oil is going to go up, but that's more of a political reason, though. I mean, Russia said that they're going to allow, you know, like gas exports to the rest of Europe. It's mainly the US that they're kind of, you know, kind of blocking off. So I think it depends. In the US, probably, yeah. Okay, so we have, let's see. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens towards the end of this year, because I think prices could actually go lower, and I'm expecting prices to go lower. I mean, if prices go lower, then that's great. If not, then, you know, it doesn't matter. But I am trying to buy OMI. Oh, I don't know what to do right now, because this is a good accumulation zone, right? And I've got a buy order right here, but I don't think it's going to fill anytime soon. Like, there's someone with a huge chunky buy order right above mine. Like, look at that, 104 million, and I need that to break. Like, I'm literally sandwiched in between these two huge buy orders, 165 million, 104 million, and there's my one, 0.00123303. I'm just buying 500,000. But I'm gonna try and stack a bit more. Just need this order to get filled. The masses need to learn NFT. Yeah, they will, I believe, once mainstream companies kind of introduce it to them slowly. So Amazon, Meta, all of these kind of top tier companies. I mean, definitely people are starting to learn what an NFT is, at least. But Meta's approach is similar to VeVe. They're using the term digital collectibles because it makes sense. Like, NFT is just an acronym. Most people aren't going to know what that is, unless you've actually gone out and tried and, you know, figured out what it is. If they drop the OEP article this month, OMI might pump to 0.002. It's going to be a bit annoying. I mean, yeah, that's the annoying thing, is it's going to go to a price level which is not crazy high, but it's high enough where I'm paying significantly more for my OMI. And I kind of don't want that. I want it to drop to the 0.001 level, and so I can buy up there, and then, you know, then I don't care. Like, you know, drop the article. What's your sell point with OMI? It depends what the state of the market is. So if we're in a bull market, my sell point is going to be higher. So in a bear market, I think I would probably take like my first profit around about 1 cent-ish. So maybe I'd sell like 10% of my OMI at 1 cent. You know, get a good bag there, just for like playing around with. But if it's in a bull market, then I ain't going to take lower than 2 cents. Because in a bull market, you know, when ETH was at 5K last time, that's like a, you know, 5x from where we are right now. I think the next bull market is going to be much, much higher than the previous one. So OMI being an ERC20 token now, I believe it is going to follow ETH. But obviously at that point, hopefully there's actually use case for OMI and there's actual, you know, true circulating supply burn. So from there, I'll be happier. Thanks for explanation. Well said. I'm still holding most of my VeVe Grow pieces, OMI, XRP, and Cardano. Yeah, those are tokens that I've had in the past. So I was very heavy in XRP. I was one of the I bought Cardano really, really early on, like around about ICO time. I sold it for like 5 cents. So that was like a 10x or something for me. But again, like I explained this to people, is I bought Cardano like 2017, something like that. End of 2017. And I sold my Cardano around about 2019. So I held it for 2 years. It didn't really do anything after that initial spike. I thought, you know, it's had its run up. It's kind of dead now. and I held it for like 2 years after that, and it didn't do anything, so I sold it. And then literally the year after, it just exploded. Like if I'd held it, like that would have paid off huge, but I didn't. And that was my lesson learned. How much OMI do I hold? Nearly 50 million tokens. I'm going to try and go for 100 million tokens. Secret Rare Spidey to 1 million. It depends. 1 million what? If you mean $1 million, that's... I don't think it'll... I don't think it'll go that high. Like... okay, so it could go to 100K again. And that could be a realistic price. But I think 1 million, it just feels too high to me. Because right now, okay, I think in a decent bull run, Secret Rare Spidey could be around about that 50 to 60K mark in a decent bull run. And I wouldn't say that's crazy. Did I speak to David and Dan? Did I feel more bullish? Yes, I spoke to David and Dan. So I actually didn't feel as bullish after speaking to David and Dan. I felt more bullish after speaking to one of their lead mobile engineers, because he gave much better answers than David or Dan, because my questions were very, very like specific, and I didn't get specific answers from them. It's not like they weren't trying to answer my questions. It's just they weren't the best qualified people to answer. But Kunal, one of their lead engineers, he answered all my questions, and I was pretty satisfied. And he kind of broke down like kind of their roadmap and how they're going to execute, and not just what they want to do, but exactly how they're going to get there. And so I felt more confident. So, yeah. So overall, I became more bullish, but it wasn't because of David or Dan specifically. It was more so, the other people that you don't see, on Twitter or, on the company social media. Todd prediction after VeVeVerse is rolled out. Oh, that's going to be interesting, because there's rumors that, a lot of the DC stuff is going to go interoperable, because DC is already interoperable. And the Todd Batman, that one could be one that they kind of update. So potential to animate it and kind of make it a playable avatar, or have the Todd Batman unlock, DC themed features within the VeVeVerse. They definitely have a lot of options. But I'm looking forward to seeing the initial demo of VeVeVerse next month. Like, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Okay, so we've been going for a little while. We'll probably go for another minute, see if there's another question. Let's see. So OMI wise, OMI is doing all right. Like it's just flat right now. It's at an annoying price. Yeah, it barely changes. 12560. Yeah, I wish it changed more. I mean, like, look at that. Like since May, it's just been like in the zone. Like, and it could do this for like another year and a half, 2 years. Like just trade flat in like a zone. Man, that peak was crazy. Like 1.3 cents back in like March of 2021. That was only a year and a half ago. Really appreciate you doing these live streams, especially on Friday nights. Cool. Thank you, Ethan. Thoughts on burn mechanics? David mentioned burning commons. Oh, yes. So David mentioned that when they have, these like collectibles where there's quite high edition size, if you have like, let's say you've got a stack of commons, you'll be able to burn them and essentially like craft what they described as like prototype collectibles, which could be like one of ones or like very, very limited runs, very exclusive stuff. So I guess if, a common for something like, let's say a common, I don't know, like common Spider-Man is not that much. And you get like 20 of them and you burn them, you get like a 1 of 1 Spider-Man or some, you know, something along those lines, like a 1 of 10, like 1 of 10 edition Spider-Man, like something super exclusive and rare. And I do see people doing that. Like I see people like Dr. Prophet who just stack things, like, you know, sacrificing some of their stack and getting these super exclusive, like, you know, 1 of 1s. But again, that was like an option that David spoke about. We could see it come in some other, you know, in some other form. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Okay, so we're going to end it there. We've been going for a little while now. But yeah, as always, guys, hit that subscribe button if you have not subscribed. I will be in LA Decon next month, and I'm also going to be speaking at NFT London for anyone who's there. I think it's going to be pretty fun in LA. I'll be there from the 12th of November to the 22nd of November, so about 10 days. And obviously Anaheim, I'll be there from the Wednesday of the week of Decon, so that should be good. So yeah, anyone in LA, I will see you there in Anaheim, Decon. But apart from that, I'll catch you guys later. Have a good evening, guys.